You hit that record button, have you ever fallen into some myths about video production? In this video, I'm here to debunk them all so that you can have the confidence to create high quality videos that will captivate your audience and enhance your brand. So let's get started producing videos like a pro. Welcome to day 4 of our Small Business Week live stream special, and happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you all. My name is Josh from the University of La Verne Small Business Development Center, and here at the SBDC we help small businesses start and grow with free one-on-one consulting and free resources just like this one. I want to welcome everybody to our live stream today from Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. We are also streaming on a bunch of our partners with the chambers of La Verne, Pomona, San Dimas, Azusa, Glendora. Anywhere you can watch this and you can hear my voice, that's where we're streaming at, so we can get as many people the resources for small businesses as much as possible. But before we get into the content and everything, if you have any questions, be ready to drop them down in the comments. Any questions below, you can put them on comments for LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, whatever you want. And if you're ready to get started, give us a thumbs up. Let us know where you're watching this from so we can help you. And we'll put in some information about how you can work with us to grow your business later in the broadcast. But let's get to some myths. Some myths about video production. Now, a lot of times when it comes to video production, a lot of people will have some misconceptions, myths, and things like that. So you want to make sure that you understand what is, about video, about marketing, and things like that. So we're going to go over a lot of myths, and I'm going to debunk a lot of things that you thought you knew about video and marketing for your business. So the first myth we're going to talk about is the myth that video is way too complicated for my business. And really, we go over this a lot. I go over this a lot. I actually do video a lot for the SBDC and for some people who ask. But really, video production is only broken down into about 4 basic parts. 3 for the actual video production part of it, but 4 if you actually want to use video to grow your business. And really, it's broken down into the pre-production or planning stage, figuring out what you're going to say, how the video is going to look at a very high level. Then production, which is the actual filming, setting things up, and getting pushing the record button. And then post-production, which is editing all that stuff together, making it look nice and tidy for YouTube or for your website. And then the final thing is going to be promotion. And promotion, all it is distributing it. Where is it going to live? Is it going to live on YouTube? Is it going to live on Vimeo, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you think your video is going to live, and how you're going to get customers into your business? That's the promotion part of it. But really, it's just broken down into those 4 parts. So the next myth that a lot of people will say, hey, video is way too expensive for me as a business owner. And this one is might be a result from working with a video production company in the past, a video agency, because a lot of times they'll charge you a few $1,000s for creating video because they know that video is valuable to your business, and they do the value pricing. Hey, if you want more customers, you're going to have to spend a little money. So now all of that is going to bump up the price higher and higher. But as a small business owner, if you can create videos for yourself, you can actually do it very inexpensively. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment. In fact, we'll talk about that. But you can use your phone, you can use a camera that you already have. As long as it's HD, which most cameras are nowadays, you can figure out how to use it to create great video for your business from something you already have. You don't have to spend a lot of extra money. There might be some equipment that you might want to get, you know, $10 light stand, $50 lights, $20, little tripod. But for the most part, it's not gonna cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. It may cost you $100, depending on what your situation is. A lot of times you already have that stuff available somewhere. So let's hop to the next myth, because these are the top three that I usually get all the time. If it's not too complicated and it doesn't, it's more expensive, it takes too much time. And again, this is really working with, bigger video production companies, because, when it comes to video production companies, they want to make the best product they can. Highest quality, best product, Hollywood type stuff. But, what it comes with a camera operator, the guy who moves the camera, the grip, the guy who sets up the lights, an audio guy, the producer who makes sure everything is going well, and the director to tell everybody what to do. The more people you have and the more equipment means more time to set up and to shoot. Now, personally, I've done shoots for people and even for our success stories you can watch here on either YouTube or on our blog, where we've done actually a lot of shoots within, a couple of hours to minimize the disruption of businesses. Because, they're doing it as a courtesy to us to let you know about how their business got helped with the SBDC. And I don't want to take too much of their time. I'm super respectful of our business owners, our clients' time. So I want to make sure there's minimal disruption when it comes to that. And so a lot of times, if you have a plan and you have the equipment ready, you don't have to take a lot of time, especially if you're doing it yourself. You don't have to disrupt your entire business just to do a 5-minute or 10-minute video. And so let's transition over to the next one, because the next one is a myth that's kind of propagated by video production companies themselves. It's kind of a controversial take, I know, but a lot of times they'll tell you, well, you can't just pick up a camera and start shooting. That's just not how that works. You need to have a very specific type of camera that's really expensive or something like that. No, you don't have to do that. What you need to do is if you have a camera like a DSLR or even just your phone, if you got something from Christmas that you maybe take some pictures with and it's capable of shooting video, then you might want to use it. You might be able to use it for your video marketing. Now, don't expect to pick up the camera and shoot a masterpiece. That's really not how that works. And that's kind of where this myth is correct, but not correct. It's not entirely true. But don't expect to pick up a camera and shoot great video right off the bat. You'll need to practice with a little bit, get some fundamentals, get some planning. In fact, we do have a video. If you want to learn how to shoot video or how to use video for your business, we actually have a blog post right here about how to shoot video for your business, how to do video marketing, using the 4-step process that I basically laid out in myth 1, that you can do it, how to plan things out, how to shoot, how to set up. It doesn't go into too much detail, but the video tutorial actually gives you a good kind of primer about what goes into shooting video and getting that stuff done. But you can always, contact us here at the University of Laverne SBDC, and we can kind of walk you through how that works. And with a bunch of other tips about how to shoot video, how to do video marketing, and how to do marketing in general for your business. But, so, now that we have our myth 4, let's transition over to myth 5. And you go from one extreme to the other. You can't just pick up a video, but if you have a video, it will solve all my problems when it comes to business. If I just had that one, ad or, video tutorial thing that lives on my website, it'll solve all my problems. My customers will just come to me, they'll flock to me. And that's not really how that works. Some business owners will be resistant to starting video, but a lot of people will want to, jump into it without really knowing exactly what they're doing or what they actually might need. Some people don't need video for their business. Some people could benefit from video for their business, but it's going to be based on your audience, your strategy, and what your business actually does, so that you can kind of plan those things out and make sure that you're actually using video in the most proper, but in the most compelling way to bring in customers for your business. Like I said, we go from one extreme to the other. A lot of people will say, hey, I can do a video. You know what? I'll just wing it. We'll just start. We'll just get go. But if you're looking to start video, you shouldn't, like I said before, when you're picking up a camera and you can't just start shooting and expect a masterpiece. You can't just start dropping into video and, expect wonders. That's just not really going to happen. That's not how that happens. So you can just wing some things, but for the most part, you have to plan. You have to make sure what videos you're going to create, what you're going to say in your script. A lot of times, a lot of people will make a really fancy video or really something that looks really, really nice. But if you're wanting to make it so that people come to your business, what did you say? Did you make it compelling for them? Did you, address objections or something that would make them come to your business and make them buy from you and not somebody else down the street? And so you have to have a strategy. You have to have that planning part, that pre-production. You have to do a lot of that when it comes to video before you actually get to the production piece of the process. And so you have to make sure you have those things ready and waiting while you're doing the video production. But if anybody has any questions, let me know down in the comments below. If you are looking for help with video, let me know down in the comments below. If you have any questions, did I touch on some myths that you probably have heard before? Is there anything that you would like to hear or something that you would like to see? But, we have a question. What is my favorite software to use for editing? And what do you recommend for beginners? For beginners, let's go back. So my software of choice is going to be Final Cut Pro. I use a Mac. And so if you're a beginner on a Mac, then you might want to use what's called iMovie, which comes free with your computer, MacBook, Mac Air, iMac, anything like that, comes free for you. On the Windows side, I don't really have a preference, but there are a bunch of good video editing software that might be available to you. So something like HitFilm is really comparable to Final Cut. But the kind of dark horse when it comes to that is going to be DaVinci Resolve. That is a free piece of software that you can get. There is a paid version that has done, movies and feature films, but the DaVinci Resolve is probably going to be the best one if you want a free piece of software. It really does have a learning curve, so HitFilm might be a little bit better for you. But if you want to get into the more experienced and better production when it comes to editing, then you may want to try to learn DaVinci Resolve, and you can learn it here either on YouTube or LinkedIn Learning or anywhere that you can find tutorials to learn that kind of software. Go ahead and get into that. But it looks like that is the only questions that we have so far. So let's jump to the next myth. And speaking of editing, One of the big myths we have right here is I can fix it in post. Don't worry about it. We didn't shoot it right the first time. We can fix it in post. And don't ever do that. Please don't. So can't just go into video, shoot whatever you want, and expect to fix it in post. I've done that before. I've screwed up on audio and stuff before. Lighting wasn't the way it was supposed to be. I've tried to fix it in post. One, it took hours and hours and hours. And even after those 10 some odd hours of trying to fix it in post, it just doesn't look right. It doesn't sound right. It just wasn't great because I didn't have that kind of planning ahead of time to, set up the audio so I can hear it right, so it was connected to the camera right. I didn't do that, but you just have to make sure that when you set things up for your video shot, set things up for your audio, test it out, have a listen, look at it on the screen. If it doesn't look right, it only takes a few minutes to adjust before you actually start shooting. Audio issues can normally be fixed, but if you're not sure what's wrong with the audio, it will need to be redone, which means you have to shoot it all over again, which you do not want to do that. You don't want to waste more time, and especially if they're going to be interviews. That person can't remember all the stuff that they're going to say again. That's just not going to happen. So have a plan, check your equipment before you press record. And that's all you really need to do. 5-minute check. Hey, this looks good, this looks good, white balance looks good, lighting looks good. Stand in front of the camera, take a picture, take a video. Okay, everything looks good. Let's begin. So a lot of times, when you're trying to fix it in post, it just doesn't work like that. Period. Does not work like that. But a lot of people will believe the next myth, which means, hey, you know what? Quality doesn't matter. On YouTube, quality doesn't matter. Just post up whatever on YouTube for my business or whatever. Don't worry about it. It's on the internet. It really doesn't matter. Well, unless you've been living under a rock for the last 15 some odd years, YouTube has come a long way. Online video has come a long way. A lot of times, I think when YouTube started, it was in 4:3. It was really grainy. It wasn't the best stuff. Daily Motion and things like that. Those are a bunch of other little platforms that have kind of gone by the wayside. But now YouTube shoots in, you can shoot in HD. You can upload in 4K. You can get video on YouTube that you probably can't even watch on your own TV. That's how good a lot of this stuff can be. So overlooking that kind of thing, overlooking the ability of online video to help your business and what quality you're kind of expecting is really a detriment to you as a business if you're looking to actually create video for your business. So same thing on the video side, there can be on the audio side. So on the audio side, a lot of people will say, you know what, if I have, not so great audio, but I have a really, really good looking video, then, they'll just look past that. For the most part, no. So if you have a really good video, but the audio really sucks, they're really not going to look past that. People will look past, okay looking video, just like this says, it doesn't really matter. It does, but it's not the greatest because people understand, hey, video online, it can be really, really great, but it doesn't have to be great. With audio, if you can't understand what that person is saying and it really sounds, kind of garbled or it sounds muffled or something like that, people will shoot off and, somewhere else. And I've done that. I've seen really, really good video and the audio is just horrible. I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what's going on. I've bounced. That's how it is. It's the psychology of, there's dissonance between what you see and what you hear. and people will just leave. It's that they're not even worried about that. They're not about that life. I don't have to kind of deal with that, especially when it comes to video that has been, out on the internet. They're used to something of a little higher quality. So, speaking of YouTube, so when people like to talk about videos, I want to create video for my business. I want to market my business, but it's only good for YouTube. I can't market on YouTube. There's not a lot of people, there's not a lot of my customers that are on YouTube. And yes, YouTube has become a major marketing channel for a lot of businesses. Um, you don't have to put your video solely on YouTube. Um, you can put it on your website. You can put it on Facebook, Instagram. A lot of times, and a lot of these people are using video from their cameras, their DSLRs, their camcorders, even their phones that shoot in the highest quality imaginable, 4K, are doing video on other channels other than YouTube. And so YouTube is a great channel, it's a great marketing tool, but it's only a tool. And there are plenty of tools out there. So don't get stuck up on the, oh, I can only use it for YouTube type of thing, because you can put it on your website, you can put it on social media. There are way more channels than just YouTube to kind of choose from if that's not that's not your jam, that's not where your customers are. Think about where your customers are and use video on that platform. So the other thing about video that a lot of people don't really understand where it's good for is it's only good for ads. I don't want to create an ad for my business. It takes a lot of time. I don't really know what to say. And my business is not, super flashy where I need an ad for my business. So really, honestly, you don't need to create ads using video to bring in business. A lot of times, especially what I do, is we do what's called content marketing. We create educational videos to educate our clients, the public, and give them the information they need to make a better decision about working with us, about getting information about starting a business, explainer videos. A lot of these things that you can do don't have to be advertisements. They don't have to be super salesy. You can just explain what your business does and then maybe give some informational, educational videos. If you're an HVAC air conditioning company and you want to educate people about, doing maintenance, doing basic maintenance on their air conditioning so that, when it really breaks, that's when you call us. Not these, little things where they could have looked it up on, say, YouTube and figured out how to fix it before. Because every time you give out a piece of educational information and you come out across as an authority, people will be more likely to say, hey, I like that guy. He got me to save money. I didn't have to call them, drop maybe $60 to $100 for them to come out and tell me there was really no problem. So building that trust, a lot of times, people who work with businesses, people want to know, like, and trust them. So you get to know them by getting to know their explainer, getting to know their business. You like them because they actually give you information that you could use for your, like the air conditioning or tips for certain things, maintenance and like that. But the trust factor, that's what really gets people to actually buy. And you build that trust over time with educational videos like this and other things to kind of say, hey, I'm not here to sell you, but when you need us, that's when you can give us a call. And so, building that trust, building that education is a lot better than just using video for ads. Now we're rounding, third, going home. We've only got 2 more myths to go. The first one, myth number 11, is I can only create short videos. Attention spans are shrinking. You got YouTube shorts, you got Facebook stories, Instagram stories, TikTok videos. They only go maybe 15 seconds or something like that. People want to go in and move on. And okay, that's great. But you know what? A lot of times people want more information. And so this is kind of a controversial take because I know there's some social media people out there who may be listening to this and then said, oh no, we only got to have, 1 minute, 2 minute videos, 15 seconds here, 15 seconds there, because people won't stand for that. But a lot of times, if you look on YouTube or you look on Facebook, there are, 5, 10 minute, 20 minute podcasts, video podcasts of people just talking. And really, a video should be as long as it needs to get the message across. And so for us, videos tend to be anywhere between about 5 to 10 minutes, and people will watch if the content is good. People will watch if the content is valuable. So don't get hung up on this trend where you see a lot of people who create short snippets here and there. I mean, I do on Facebook, and really because the snippet, the pop of information that comes up on that Facebook story or in the news feed points them to a larger piece that they can get more information from. It's just a short snippet of a larger video that we have. And so for us, the short videos only entice them to watch the longer videos, the 10-minute videos, our hour-long, webinars, stuff like this 30-minute long talk that we're doing on video. I'll eventually break this up into all the myths on Facebook. You'll probably see it in your feed in the next few days. But right now, it's more valuable to see the whole piece on YouTube and on Facebook like this than to watch just snippets and not getting the full picture of what that video and what the message could be. So you may want to think about, how long my videos are going to be. The longer the video, the more compelling it needs to be. It needs to be more visually compelling. The information has to be great. So you have to think about, if I'm going to be making a longer video, what things do I need to put in it? Especially even in small videos. If a small video of just a talking head, for 5 or 10 seconds, that might not be interesting enough. You may need to add some, razzle dazzle to your videos. But understanding how that works, what engagement is, how to make people feel like, oh, this is really good for me, is something that you actually need to understand when creating any kind of video, no matter what length it is. Okay, so I hope that I make that pretty clear when it comes to how to create video and what you need for good video. But let's round third. This is the last one, and this is one of the simplest things when it comes to video is my business doesn't need it. I've never used it before. I don't want to use it before. I don't need it for my business. And this is probably one of the goofiest myths, but it's also probably one of the hardest hitting ones, because like I said, the first three are the most seen, but this one is the most widely accepted myth. My business doesn't need video. Now, a lot of times it's going to depend on your business, because some businesses, honestly, they don't really need video. Now, like I said before, businesses could benefit from video and video marketing for their business, but they don't necessarily need it. So as a video agency and as a video company, a lot of people will say, well, you need this or you need that. And honestly, a lot of people will say no. Small businesses don't necessarily need stuff like this. Could they benefit from it? Absolutely. But they need to understand a few things. They need to understand how video will help their business. How video on their website can say, hey, you know what? Instead of answering these frequently asked questions that we get all the time, and just putting that text up on their website, we can create, 20-second, even maybe a minute long video explaining that frequently asked question, and maybe giving some examples, and maybe diving in a little bit more and making it super clear for people who are looking for help from your business how that actually works. Same thing with stuff on YouTube and Facebook. You may not necessarily need video, but if you're just confined to your website, how are people finding your website? If you're just confined to your local area, well, what if I need more people from outside my local area? Ads and, Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and all of these other things cast a wider net. And video is has a lot greater ROI if you know how to do it right than just text or just something else. So video is a really, really good tool for your business. You just have to know how to use it. And ultimately, it's going to come up with what kind of marketing you're doing, what kind of marketing plan, what kind of marketing strategy, and then understanding who your target audience is. Are they receptive to the video? Are they the kind of people who are looking for things like that, who watch, online stuff all the time from YouTube or even TV itself? Can you make it into a format that is more that is easier for them to actually consume than just reading a bunch of text on a web page or a white paper or something like that? A lot of these things are still hanging around, but video can make them a lot easier to understand and to actually be more receptive to. And so really that's it. Those are my 12, busting of myths. These are the 12 myths. I think I've gone through all of them. I've busted all of them. Let me know down in the comments below, or, give us a question. Hey, is there a myth that I didn't cover? Is there something that I could explain a little bit more? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't worry about it. But if you want more help from us as the SBDC, you can actually go to sign up as a client with the SBDC. Let's pull it up right here. You can sign up at www.lavernesbdc.org/new client. And you can sign up and get help with, marketing for your business, video for your business. We can help with a lot of that. Even just the regular online email kind of marketing, anything that you would need to kind of grow your business, we can help you with that here. And then I know I showed you some resources on our blog. And if you want to get a hold of the companion article about what we just talked about, you can subscribe to our newsletter right there. And you can follow us. And we put up content on our blog basically every week. And even this week, we're putting it up every single day. But we go over everything. I bust all the myths. I put in links for a lot of this stuff. And we even have other resources like video marketing for small business. I do break that down. And we have a little video that shows you how to do it step by step and how we do it here at the SBDC, and some examples of what we do. And if you're looking to get into more of the video marketing and doing other things, hey, you want to live stream on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, just like we are right here, I actually show you how to do that with our live streaming on any budget. So if you're looking to, say, use Facebook to live stream, you're a real estate agent and doing properties, or you're some other kind of business selling something, you can benefit from this stuff without having to break the bank when it comes to using video, either online or creating it by recording and posting up on YouTube. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, you want to sign up as a client, let us know in the comments. Let us know by going to www.lavernesbdc.org/new client. And thank you for watching. Tomorrow, our last day. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about how to use AI for your business. So, all the stuff we talked about, planning and getting all this stuff together and marketing for your business, I'm going to show you how to use AI to supercharge everything. Stay tuned tomorrow, 9 a.m., Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. My name is Josh from the University of Laverne Small Business Development Center, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.